Good morning. This is a Get Up and Go breakfast show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
7:31, 63 degrees outside, dropping from 65 just a few moments ago to 63. Nice and dark out there. Cloud cover on the first day of summer. 2,600 precipitation recorded as of 7 o'clock this morning.
Nice.
Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah. Nothing went severe, did it?
No.
I didn't think so.
No,
Yeah.
no, it just thundered and boomed and lightning and
Rain.
quarter inch of rain. Can't really, well, you can ask for more than that, but you're only going to get with it.
That's true.
Wonder if it rained over in the Sherman Reservoir area over there around Loop City where you grew up.
May have. I don't know.
I know a guy that could tell us.
I think he's on the phone, actually.
Mark from Trade Winds. Good morning, Mark. How are you?
Good morning, guys. We're good. We're good. A little soggy, but
Little bit of rain?
a little bit of rain. I don't know what we got for sure. It's still kind of raining. Had pretty big thunder boomers, though.
Yeah, we did too. I don't know. It's kind of a nice sound since it wasn't severe to hear a good old-fashioned thunder boomer roll through and leave a little rain, and we'll take it. We'll take a quarter inch every morning. That'd be nice. So yeah. How's it? But speaking of moisture and so forth, I know the irrigation season is in full steam ahead, and we have had some rain, but we know they're irrigating. How's the lake holding up?
It's at full right now. I mean, we've been fortunate enough downstream, down in the irrigation district, they've got the rains at the right time. They really haven't had to pull out of the lake yet, but we're I'm assuming this week and next week they're going to pull her down a little bit, but it's a full pull right now.
Oh, that's great. That makes for good fishing and fun. Speaking of fishing, how's that going? Have you heard any good reports out there?
Oh, the white bass is starting to go, which is always a good time. I mean, whether you want to chase them when they're boiling on top of the water, or you just want to go out in the evening and put the lights out and fish for them that way. But they're starting to go pretty good, and the other fishing slowed down a little bit.
Sure,
but that's just the way it works,
Yeah, that mid-May to mid-June, kind of the window for the walleye fishing. But you can go on one day and they'll be biting, and the next day they won't. That's just the way fishing is. But the white bass is fun because if you can find them boiling, as you say, you can catch a lot of fish in a row. That's always fun.
Yeah, they it's kind of fun to they'll come into the Marina Bay there and just boil in there, and they're always just beyond where I can cast from the docks.
Yes, and you are a responsible business owner, so you just can't hop in a boat and go out and chase them around, but other people can, and you make sure they can with bait and the lures and so forth that they need. How are you holding up on supply for crawlers and minnows and all of that sort of thing?
We're all good. We got a delivery coming in this afternoon, so we'll be plenty stocked up.
All right, good. Okay, now we feed the fish with some of your bait, but we also like to feed ourselves when we're over that way. Kind of run through your menu and your specials again.
Well, we have our menu is pretty good. We got hamburgers, French fries, the main staples. Chicken wings, chicken fried steaks. We got anywhere from, like I say, the fries to the cauliflower to the mushrooms. Mushroom steaks we brought in this year, which are really good. On Tuesday nights, we just started, actually last night was the first night, we started nachos, where our cook is named Nacho, believe it or not. And he wanted to try a taco night, so we started tacos last night, and we're going to do it every Tuesday. It's $7 for 3 free soft shell tacos, and $12 buckets of domestic beer. So
wow, that's
and then
a deal.
Thursdays we have our wing night, which is, you can get 6, 8, 10, 12, or 15 wings, and we have 10 different sauces for the wings, and that's gone over really good this year and last year. So
All right, that sounds wonderful.
We probably, with the 4th being on the 2nd, we probably won't run our special next week, but the 4th falls right on Tuesday. So
yeah. Well, that all makes sense. It sounds delicious too. This weekend, I think I'm right on this, is a very special weekend, right?
You betcha. This is a big weekend. There's a few of us have worked really hard all year long for this day or this weekend, and getting ready to kick her off actually tomorrow. So we got our big Servicemen of the Heartland Outdoors event, and we got guys coming out, veterans and first responders coming out for golf day golfing on Friday, and then Saturday we're going to take them fishing, and we have a banquet on Friday or Saturday night. Got a bunch of brisket getting done up, and just good old time. Kind of giving some appreciation back to these people that sacrifice, and they do the things that nobody else wants to do. They run to fires. They're the ones that got to go out there and when there's a bad accident and pray that it's not somebody they know. And
Right.
it's just they do a heck of a job for us. I don't think people understand what they actually really do.
Well, I think that's great that you highlight that, Mark, because you're right. We all get busy and we just automatically think that when there's an accident or a fire or something like that those guys and gals will be there, but they have lives too, and I think we sometimes forget that. So providing a weekend of recreation and, like you say, kind of honoring them for what they do is a really cool thing. So we appreciate it, and I know you'll have a good time. It's been a lot of work, but you wouldn't do it if you didn't feel strongly about it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. How about real quick, the lodging and so forth? Are you booked up?
We're booked up this weekend, and then of course 4th of July weekend we're booked up, and 4th of July we'll have our big fireworks display, and it should be a good weekend too. It's this time of year is kind of iffy with the weather. You just don't know what's going to happen, but we're planning on shooting the fireworks right out in front of the marina off some floating docks on Saturday, the 1st. So come out and take a look, and if nothing else, watch the fireworks that night. You should be able to see them all across the lake. So.
That sounds great. Well, Mark, sounds like you got everything rolling. It seems kind of a little, I don't know, crazy to think that we're already to your weekend of honoring those service people, and the 4th of July. Just seems like we were talking not too long ago about spring fishing. So it's going by pretty quick, isn't it?
Yeah, just blowing by this year. So
sure has been. Well, thanks for taking time to talk to us today, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, guys, have a good day.
Thanks,
Be
Mark.
safe out there.
You bet. 7:39, almost 7:40. Brent and Dave with you here on this breakfast show on a Wednesday, and we'll be busy as well this remainder of the week, highlighting the 3 celebrations that are taking place this weekend: the Sergeant Chokecherry Jamboree and Fair, Ansley's Muddy Creek celebration, and the Callaway Pioneer Picnic, all landing on the same weekend. So I don't know of any real good reason anybody out there who wants to go out and have a good time with themselves, with someone else, or with their family doesn't have some options to go enjoy small town America, because we have 3 communities offering and opening their doors to anybody and everybody. A lot of the things, Brent, that take place don't cost anything. I mean, there's some things that do, but for the most part, the communities have kind of went back old school, and they have kids games and all sorts of fun things for the family to do that really doesn't cost much. And I don't know where you go very often anymore to where you don't have to pay a pretty hefty price to walk through an event somewhere. So take advantage of that, right?
Absolutely, and forecast looking pretty nice too, I think, for the weekend.
Yeah, it looks good. Looks, well, I think anybody will stop for a little shower here and there, but yeah, we don't have any real predictions of any real nasty weather or anything. So yeah, it should be a fun weekend. I think you hop in a car and Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just go have some fun. And all the way from a fishing contest in Ansley to, all of the games and of course the spitting contest, which is a whole lot of fun to watch. And I guess you could take part in too. I don't know how that works for sure, but I tried it once. It was so embarrassing that I about hit my shoes with my attempts, but it was still a lot of fun.
Was your attempt at pit spitting as embarrassing as me trying to milk a cow at the Custer County Fair?
We're probably about
back?
the same. Yeah, probably. And I didn't really shine too well on the milking either, Brent.
Yeah.
So, but when they invite you, it's always fun to be a part of it.
Yes, it is.
And car shows, all sorts of good things happening, live music, just family fun. And all three places would love to have you stop by. So kind of divide it up if you can. Go for a drive and hit all the different things that are going to take place. And there'll be parades along with all of those events, which is, I don't know, just kind of represents the community and its area around it. And they would love to have you bring a float, a car, come and walk in the parade. They don't care. They just want to have everybody from Custer County that can participate in those parades do so. And they're at different times for the most part, so you can do that. And, of course, there's a lot of candy to be had if you want to load up on candy. I imagine you could probably set yourself up for the year.
Probably could, yes.
So, all right, we're going to check out birthdays here just real quick, and then we'll also play the game in a moment. And don't forget, throughout the day today, here on The Breakfast Show, I should say, on The Breakfast Show, we're going to give you a chance to call in and get registered to have your lawn manicured by Dave's Knife Sharpening and Lawn Service at no charge. I want to repeat that, at no charge. And along with that, we'll bring a brand new steel weed trimmer, as a gift to you from KCNI, KBBN, and RTA's Hardware.
Nice.
So you just listen. We'll let you know when you call in, when you can call in. It'll be during the song. We'll take as many calls as we can. You must be 18 years old to participate. And we'll be doing that a few times again this morning here on the show.
Sounds good.
Birthdays. Chris Pratt is 44 today, the former The Office actor who also played in The Avenger and the Guardians of the Galaxy movies and the Marvel universe as well.
He's Star-Lord.
Star-Lord?
Yeah,
Okay.
Peter Quill.
Yeah, that's right. That's what they say here. Also, Ray Davies, 79 today, lead singer and frontman for the Hall of Fame classic rock band The Kinks, who sold over 40 million records worldwide. And his brother was also a part of the Kinks, and they fought a lot. They didn't always get along all the time. Joey Kramer, 73, is the drummer of the Hall of Fame rock band Aerosmith. Love in the Elevator. And Niels Lofgren is 71 today, rock guitarist who has been on a stint now for many years with the E Street Band with Bruce Springsteen, but he also played a long time with Neil Young's band and toured with them. And he also plays with Ringo Starr's All-Star Band occasionally. Very good guitarist, very entertaining guy, and he's celebrating his birthday today. So with that thought in mind, little Kinks for you all the day and all the night. The Kinks, 7:47. Let's play the game real quick. It's Runs a Day today.
It is, yes. And we're asking questions about hit songs of 1973. In 1973, Elton John had a #1 hit single with Crocodile Rock.
Oh, yes.
Which female name is mentioned in the song's opening verse? Elton John, Crocodile Rock. Which female name is mentioned in the song's opening verse? Your choices are Jenny, Susie, Betty, or Lily. If you know the answer, call us at 872-2801.
Brandon is super pumped about Runza,
Runza is so sweet.
especially all their desserts.
Oh, those are the sweetest.
Chocolate, vanilla, and twist ice cream cones, 4 flavors of shakes, chocolate chip cookies, and ice cream sandwiches.
Literally sweet.
Oh, I love your enthusiasm.
Well, I love Runza.
So sweet of you. Come satisfy your sweet tooth, because Runza makes it all better.
Remember, today is Pigs in a Blanket Day.
And we have a caller on the line. Didn't get a chance to preview who we're talking to, so let's find out. Good morning. Who do we have on the air?
Hi, this is Shay Herman.
Shay, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Is it raining where you're calling from?
Not right now, but it was.
Okay, good. I don't think I would have gotten this question, so here's Brent with that question. Let's see if you can get it.
Okay, Shay, Elton John's #1 hit, Crocodile Rock. Which female name is mentioned in the song's opening verse? Jenny, Susie, Betty, or Lily?
Susie.
Susie, you got it, my man. Yes. And because you've answered correctly, we have a certificate that's going to get you a free pig in a blanket that they serve on Wednesdays at Runza in Broken Bow. So just come on out to the station when you can, and we'll have your certificate ready for you.
Okay, sounds good.
Hey, thanks for calling.
Thank you.
All right. We'll take a quick time out. And I say Mr. Mike Evans is here. We're going to visit with him all about Evans Feed and more right after these words.
Preserving our heritage, planning our future. Custer County Foundation.
Give for Custer County is a fundraising campaign to support the work of Custer County nonprofits that have registered to participate. Donations can be made June 15th through June 30th to be counted towards Give for Custer County. This is important because there's a $50,000 matching pool and incentive prizes for the 29 participating nonprofits. Can't donate in person? Online donations will be accepted through June 30th. To learn more, go to custercountyfoundation.org/give for Custer County. That's custercountyfoundation.org/give 4 County. Going on through June 30th. Give for Custer County.
Preserving our heritage, planning our future. Custer County Foundation.
Hi, I'm Tina with Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency, and I would love to discuss your home, auto, farm, or commercial coverage. I have several great carriers to choose from, so stop on in or call for an appointment, and we'll work together on a free, no-obligation quote. I'm at 914 South D Street in Broken Bow, or give me a call at 308-872-6996. Nebraska Owners Insurance under the Big Red Awning.
Did you just finish your big landscaping project but unable to stand up straight to enjoy it? Team Physical Therapy can help. Call 872-5111. Did you slide into second but unable to make it home due to a sprained ankle or pulled muscle? Call your movement rehabilitation specialist at 872-5111 in Broken Bow or any of our locations in Gothenburg, Burwell, Kearney, Callaway, or check us out on the web at myteampt.com, 872-5111.
It started out innocently enough, Dave Burney doing a favor and mowing the lawn for his sports director and neighbor. A bill soon came in the mail, with line items Brent sees as suspect at best.
Was charged $195.30 for the mowing alone, a hazard fee because he was exposed to UV rays, That was $75 apparently.
I simply don't see why you're so upset, Brent. 267 greenbacks and change is a steal of a deal for a lawn mowing.
Dave partnered with KCNI KBBN to give one lucky listener a complete lawn mowing courtesy of the master himself.
Don't tell him I don't do diagonal cuts. I won't do it.
Okay, so no diagonal cuts, but a full lawn mowing and a brand new steel string trimmer and accessories from RTA's Hardware. Listen to The Breakfast Show to register to win.
This fun promo brought to you by Winquist Incorporated, Chapin's Furniture, and Moline Seed and Fence.
Wake up to the best.
I never miss a morning.
You're listening to The Breakfast Show.
Mr. Mike Evans, how you doing?
Doing good, Dave. How are you?
Good. Good to have you in.
It's good to be here.
Well, we got about a 1/4 inch, 2600s here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that compares with other folks. Kind of a lot of noise, and you say there's still lightning out there.
Yeah, I just noticed that on the way out here.
All right. But
I was wondering while I was driving out here, are they putting a sign in that spot right in the ditch?
I was going to bring that up. I just didn't know how to approach it. I didn't think you could be that close to the highway with
Maybe it's not a sign, but if it is, it's in a bad spot.
That's what I thought.
That curve's already dangerous.
I'm glad you brought that up. I wondered maybe if it's going to be a warning sign of some kind.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it could be something different. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm with you. I'd like to see around the corner when I'm headed around the corner.
Exactly. Especially that corner.
Yeah, it's bad enough.
It is, but yeah, I did see some lightning on the way out. So yeah, I think there might be a little more moisture coming.
I hope so.
We'll take her.
You bet. Guys holding up out there on pasture pretty good.
Yeah, the pastures look great. There's a lot of hay down, and I'm sure them guys that's part of the reason it probably rained, but there's a lot of, if you drive around the country, there's an awful lot knocked down right now, which is great because, 2 months ago we didn't know if we'd have any hay. Mm-hmm. So it's beautiful to see, and I'm sure they don't care if it gets a little bit wet because it's just nice to have some.
Yeah. Jeremy had some vacation, and he went up to Gavin's ranch up by in the Sandhills and experienced his first branding.
Oh, really?
Day. Yeah. And I know you're familiar with this because you deliver feed to some of these places, but he said, well, gosh, their house was 10 miles. No, the road was 10 miles back in, and then their driveway was 8 more miles. Yeah. Then we went out to where we were going to work cattle. I didn't think we was ever going to get to where the cattle were.
Yeah.
A lot of that going on, isn't there?
There is. There's some long driveways up in that country. It's God's country for sure, but if you don't have 4-wheel drive and you get in that sandy road somewhere, you can get in a real pinch.
Yeah. Well, they don't mind using horses up there yet.
No, they use horses too. When we deliver feed, or mineral and salt and things like that, we can't put them on a horse, so we got to use the pickups and the bulk trucks. But usually we get in and out of there. Now there's cell phones that really helps. In the old days, if you got stuck up there, you were walking.
Yeah, you were on your own for a long time.
Did that a few times.
Well, there's branding going on and all of that happening. It's a good time of year for the cattle folks.
It is, and it's, boy, you can see them, the calves, you can barely see them out there in the pastures. The grass is so tall in some places, and east of here it's not like that. But right around here it's pretty good.
Good. So what do you have for us this morning?
I was just going to mention that since we do have the lot of hay down, we carry twine and net wrap, and we have for about 25 years, ever since it was invented, you could say. And we carry the same brand we always have, Titan, good quality net wrap. And as it turns out, it sounds like we got some really great prices. I must be too cheap, but we're really good on our prices. So I locked them in early.
Well, that's good, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's perks some ears out there.
Yeah, so if you're looking for net wrap and looking for a good deal, give us a call, and 800-830-2119. We still have a good supply at the moment.
All right. A lot of blocks out on the pastures and mineral, of course, and fly control.
Yeah, the fly control. It's funny, after all these years, you'd think that you'd stock about everything, but they're always kind of coming out with some new stuff. And there's a new salt block out that's called Justifly Salt Blocks, and it has your fly control right in the salt block, and that's really gone over good. We just added that last week, and we're already about half sold out of them. So hopefully I can get some more of them in here pretty quick, but I'm working on that today. And we also started carrying some garlic salt, just Redmond. It's called Redmond salt, and it has garlic in it. And so everybody knows we probably have 10 different kinds of mineral with garlic in it, or Justify and or Justify. And sometimes we have both, and sometimes we put Bovatec with it and extra vitamins and every kind of mineral combination you can think of for yearlings and cows and just about anything out there. So if you're looking for a special combination of cattle mineral, chances are we have it, and if we don't, we can get it made for you.
Yeah, and with the elevator there now, you can just about mix up anything.
Yeah, and we got a lot of pellets come in there at the elevator, and we're rolling through the creep feed. We got alfalfa pellets. We have alfalfa cubes, and really surprisingly here lately, we've been grinding a couple ton of chicken feed about every other day, and we bag a lot of chicken feed, and our chicken feed is very popular. We carry 3 different kinds of it. We make one ourselves, and then that's really popular, and it's an old recipe, and chickens lay good on it. It's very reasonably priced. And then we carry 2 other kinds, and we also carry a concentrate that you just put with your cracked corn. So chicken feed this time of year, it's kind of crazy. They're grinding it all the time down there. So
that's kind of fun to hear with the people raising their own chickens out on the farm and in communities even.
Yeah, a lot of small flocks around the towns.
Yeah.
And so, when corn and soybean gets high priced, you gotta do what you can do to make your eggs affordable. So when we started making this and grinding it and putting it in bags a year or 2 ago, and it's really gone over well.
Well, what the price of eggs were, I think they've come down a little bit. That makes that even more inviting.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So, yeah, we're busy, and we're thankful for that. And if you need any of that kind of stuff, we got it.
Okay. Sounds like you got it covered, and it's a busy time of year. It is also the first day of summer officially on the calendar, and we're looking at fair the end of July.
Yeah.
That's not all that far away. I'm sure they're doing some special blends for all of that, too.
Oh, yeah, a lot of custom mixes for the show cattle and show hogs and everything else, and lambs and goats, and a lot of goat feed. We stock all the products for all those critters, and plus horses and rabbits and everything else. So yeah, we got the full gamut.
It still amazes me when you come in and talk about all the different product lines you have for just specific animals. It's amazing to me.
Yeah, and then we carry the old standbys. We got oats and cracked corn, and we bag wheat and alfalfa pellets. We bag a lot of our own stuff, grains, and whole corn. If you're looking for that, there's a lot of times the box stores, they don't carry that kind of stuff, and we keep it fresh, and we get it right off the farm out here. We bag it ourselves. We carry it to your car and put it in your trunk, and we got a really good staff, and they're down there right now putting out feed, and they're looking forward to serving you if you want to stop in.
Okay, and you are open 5.5 days a week here in Broken Bow, and 5 days a week down in Oconto.
You bet. Down in Oconto, Troy does a great job down there, and we got him a new air conditioner yesterday, so he's a lot happier.
Good.
It went out at the wrong time. But, yeah, Troy Donegan from Callaway runs the Oconto store, and he does a great job.
And did you get him a fork truck or something?
We're working on that.
You're working on that. Man, he's going to have air conditioning and a fork truck?
As soon as they get the dock built on the back side of the building, we're going to have it. So it's coming.
That's going to be quite an advancement.
It will be, yeah.
He'll love that.
He won't have to roll those tubs around anymore.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, Mike, thanks a lot. Evans Feed doing a great job. I love driving by and seeing some of those activities you're talking about, somebody carrying out or loading up a pickup. And what I like about it, there's always a nice conversation going on.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe standing beside the pickup after it's loaded, or, it's just a good, I don't know, it just brings back great memories for everybody who, somebody out there has probably been on the farm sometime or another and come from a farm. So when we drive by and see all that activity going on, it makes us feel like we're still good and strong around here.
There you go. Yep. It's always good to see the old boys, their old trucks, and chewing the fat.
Yep. That's a good deal.
Yep.
All right. How's the sod house going?
We got 4 walls up, so we're happy about that.
I saw the pictures, and looks like you. I talked with some folks about it, and it sounds like those it were kind of heavy.
It's very heavy. Yeah, each one of those bricks was weighing about 85 pounds. I couldn't believe it, and you'd have to handle them 3 times before by the time you got it on the roof. And luckily, we had a lot of football players and wrestlers from
there you go.
BBHS up here helping out, and we had people from all over the county helping, in different areas. And there's a lot of weight. And when we got it about 22 layers tall, which is 4 inches a piece, we kind of started getting a Jello effect, you could say. And the walls kind of, you really had to. We had to just say, we're going to slow down and let this thing settle, and then we're going to go back and put the roof on.
Will you have to put some more sod on, or do you know?
We got a couple more layers to go.
Okay.
And then we will go on up with the roof, and Rick Moss has a good plan, and Mike Adams and Steve Adams and the rest of the crew. So I think it'll be good.
You have to get Dave Downing back to cut.
Got to get Dave Downing back in there, cut a little more fresh sod, and everybody that was there. It was a great team effort, and a lot of the people, all ages. And when you start, nobody really knew each other that well. A lot of them didn't, and by the end of it, you're just a team working together, and it went up pretty quick. So it was neat.
Well, I understand there's already interest from some of the travelers who are stopping by the Red Barn, and I think it'll really be a draw when it's all said and done. I'm sure you, being an antique guy, probably have some ideas about maybe putting some things inside there to go along with it, and it's going to be a great addition.
Yeah, we've actually, believe it or not, I've had 3 requests to Airbnb it.
I was wondering.
To sleep in.
I had that idea.
I wouldn't want to do
it.
Hey,
you might be surprised how many people would want to spend a night in it.
Get that retro feeling.
Yeah.
That snake crawling across your foot.
That's what I was going to say. When a bull snake comes out of the wall, they might think.
No, honestly, I've never seen a snake out there, so I don't want to scare the ladies or the men.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that don't like snakes too, but
right.
I've mowed out there with Rick and sprayed weeds and pulled weeds and all. I've never seen a snake out there, so should be okay on that part of it.
Well, it's amazing how people are interested in experiencing something like that. I think we were down in Mississippi, and one of the big draws there was staying in old slave quarters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that were along the delta down there, and they were full all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it might work.
You just never know.
Keep us updated.
I will, yeah.
Thanks a lot. Mike Evans, Evans Feed in Broken Bow and Oconto. We'll be back right after these news reports here for you on this Wednesday.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. A year after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, Americans are weighing in a new CBS News poll. Deputy Director of Elections and Surveys, Jennifer DePinto.
Republicans, conservatives, and evangelicals all feel the overturn of Roe has been a good thing for the country.
57% of people surveyed say overturning Roe has been mostly bad for the U.S. New hope of finding those 5 people missing on a submersible that went to see the wreckage of the Titanic. CBS's Roxana Sabiri.
The U.S. Coast Guard confirms that a Canadian aircraft detected underwater noises in the search area. Crews then refocused their search to try to pinpoint where those noises are coming from. They have not been able to find anything so far, but their search continues.
More than 200,000 customers have no power in the South, where a scorching heat wave continues in places like Austin, Texas.
Even in the shade, even with a fan, even with water, it feels kind of like a little icky.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
In Nebraska news, a GoFundMe page has been set up for the man who died in a crash on I-80 near Gibbon this past Sunday. According to the Nebraska State Patrol, 22-year-old Pablo Brasino of Kearney was killed when his Pontiac Grand Prix crossed over the median into the eastbound lanes, hitting a semi. He died at the scene, while occupants of the semi were not injured. Pablo's sister, Isabel Martinez, said the money will be used to help the family pay for his funeral expenses. Whether it's $5 or $50, everything helps in the ease of burden, said Martinez. and they appreciated the generosity and kindness of the community during this difficult time. That's Nebraska News.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In baseball games of note, the Reds extend their winning streak to 10 in a row with an 8-6 win over the Rockies. Colorado's dropped 7 straight. The Giants have won 9 in a row. They walk off with a 4-3 win over the Padres thanks to a bases-loaded walk in the bottom of the ninth inning. The Braves are on top in the NL East. They've won 7 in a row, beating the Phillies 4-2, while Philadelphia's 6-game winning streak comes to an end. Battle of the top 2 teams in the American League saw the Orioles beat the Rays 8-6. Baltimore moves 4 back of Tampa Bay in the AL East race. Red Sox have won 6 in a row. They beat the Twins 10-4. Minnesota's lead in the AL Central is down to 1 game on Cleveland as the Guardians walked off with a 3-2 win over the A's in 10 innings. The AL West leading Rangers lose to the White Sox 7-6. The NL West leading Diamondbacks fall to the Brewers 7-5. Dodgers shut off the Angels 2-0. Clayton Kershaw gets his 9th win of the season. He and 2 relievers combining on a 5-hit shutout. College World Series, TCU and LSU stay alive.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, we'll have some lingering showers and storms, mainly through midday, with high temperatures working up into the upper 70s. Then for tonight, mostly cloudy, a chance for some late-night showers and storms, dropping back to 62. Scattered showers and storms on Thursday, otherwise partial sunshine, with highs approaching 80, and still that chance for a storm Friday up to 82 degrees. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Caro.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There is a tremendous price war in the term life industry. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man, age 45, non-smoker, $1 million of coverage, $75 per month level rate for 10 years. Or a man age 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110. Level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call today for a quote at 1-800-886-9755. You're probably paying more than you should. Call 1-800-886-9755. Remember, 1-800-886-9755. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker underwriting. Exam required to qualify. That number for Term Busters is 1-800-886-9755. 1-800-886-9755.
8:09. It is 64 degrees outside under a dark, cloudy sky this morning. Winds are light now out of the southeast. Barometric pressure leveling off at 30.00 after bouncing around a bit this morning. Humidity at 89%. Our high yesterday, 86, with an overnight low of 65, but after 7 o'clock this morning, it did drop down to 63 just for a moment or two there, but 64 right now. Sunrise tomorrow at 6:05, sunset at 9:16, and this is the first day of summer, the longest day of the year, the 21st of the month. I had to chuckle a little bit yesterday because CBS, I kind of avoided it, was showing yesterday as the first day of summer and had all this information about the longest day of the year, and I thought that was incorrect. And then when they sent out their prep work this morning, it was the same front page. So I think they may have sent out the wrong information.
Yeah, they were just working ahead, Dave.
Yeah,
just working ahead.
Yeah. Well, those people in the city, they don't know summer from spring.
Yeah.
Did I mention we picked up 2,600 precipitation yesterday, or actually last night, early this morning, from that big old thunder boomer rolling through, and we picked up 2,600, bringing us to 2 inches and 3,100 for the month. That's a look at the weather and news. We'll be back with more information for you right after these words.
Summer is finally here. Burning Bank can help with your summer travel and fun with our new My Card feature on our Burning Bank app. Are you budgeting for your summer activities? Easily track your recent debit card transactions. Are you traveling for vacation? Simply plug in your destinations to make spending money wherever you are easy and convenient. Misplaced your debit card? Shut your card off with the flip of a switch. No matter where the summer takes you, Burning Bank is always here. Download our Burning Bank app today and check out the My Card feature. Burning Bank. Build, grow, thrive. Member FDIC.
Start checking items off your warm weather to-do list with the help of Ansley Lumber and Supply. They have the materials you need. LP Smart Siding, featuring premium diamond coat technology, will protect your home for years to come. To protect from the top, ask about shingles and other roofing options. Need to rework or build a deck? Ansley Lumber has great material options there too. Strong, high-quality materials to keep your home safe and strong for years, all from their friendly, knowledgeable staff to help you along the way. Ansley Lumber and Supply, Main Street, Ansley.
Varney Health Mart is your locally owned Health Mart pharmacy, as well as a helpful place to pick up unique gifts and toys. Varney Health Mart's selection of children's books is stocked with great options to read with your toddler. We all know reading helps build language and thinking skills. Even before children can talk, Storytime helps build babies' brains. What a great baby shower gift a book would make. Check them out at Varney Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Dave and Brent.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning. On KCNI KBBN Radio. The mower is fired up, and Dave is grooving along cutting the grass. Call 308-872-2801 during this song and get registered for Dave's promo giveaway.
All right, you can start calling, and this time around we're going to highlight Brad White Equipment, sponsor of our lawn manicure and the weed eater.
Yeah.
I keep wanting to call it a chainsaw.
Dave's Pro Mow.
Yeah. So start calling 872-2801 while this song plays for you. Here's Bonnie Raitt.
Movies showing right now, and they're showing at the theaters associated with Fox Theater. Here in Broken Bow, they're showing The Flash, the new DC movie. Haven't had a chance to see it yet. I'm hoping to get to it here in the next few days. But The Flash, rated PG-13, showing at the Fox Theater right now. The latest Disney, and I think this is Pixar, film is out right now called Elemental, and it will continue to show at the Fox Theater. And you've got the latest Transformers movie, Rise of the Beasts, still showing at the Fox Theater. Now, all three of these will show through this week, and they will continue, all three of them, through the weekend into next week as well. So next week you'll still have Elemental, The Flash, and Transformers Rise of the Beasts showing at the Fox Theater. Something else that they have started during the summertime is their $2 summer movie series, and this is kind of designed for the kids. And this is all sponsored by SG Concrete Pros, and they do this on Wednesdays during the summer. So today it'll be the $2 summer movie series, and today they are showing Sing 2. Have you seen the Sing movies? They're good. Today it is Sing 2. That's the $2 summer movie series that'll be showing at the Fox Theater today. Again, it's sponsored by SG Concrete Pros. So there you go. Take the kids out to see Sing 2 today. Showtime is 2 o'clock this afternoon at the Fox Theater. Some big movies still on the horizon. Coming up soon in a week or so, Harrison Ford is back as Indiana Jones. The Dial of Destiny coming to the Fox Theater later here at the end of the month of June. And then when we get into July, be watching for Mission Impossible. Tom Cruise is back as Ethan Hunt. So those are some of the big movies still to come here soon during the summer blockbuster period at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow. Don't forget, they've got the free popcorn Tuesday nights thanks to the Nebraska State Bank. And you can get your tickets online. Go to their wonderful website. You can get your tickets. You can check out the show times. You can find it all at watchthefox.com.
The Nebraska Department of Transportation has some job openings in Ansley and Broken Bow for highway maintenance positions, and they offer training and career development with advancement opportunities, ample paid time off, a work-life balance, and comprehensive benefits package, including matching retirement contribution. And at the Nebraska Department of Transportation, they reward their employees' hard work with friendly and supportive work environment that encourages creativity and innovation. Now, you must apply online, so here's the internet address, statejobs.nebraska.gov. And the state of Nebraska would love to have you apply. They are an equal opportunity employer and a veterans preference employer.
Prairie Grounds Cafe and Gifts in Broken Bow, open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's a great way to start your day. It's a great way to have a pick-me-up during the day with some of the special drinks that they offer and special treats as well at Prairie Grounds. Every month, they put together some special drinks for the month. So for the rest of June, they are featuring the following: the watermelon Italian soda, the cinnamon French toast, the iced vanilla chai, the Father's Day latte, and the blended snuggle chai. The featured drinks for the rest of June at Prairie Grounds Cafe and Gifts in Broken Bow. Their drinks can be ordered iced, blended, or hot. And don't forget about that beautiful patio they have out back. It's pet-friendly, folks, so bring your pet out to the patio at Prairie Grounds, and they even have treats for your four-legged friends. Prairie Grounds Cafe, just east of the courthouse on Highway 2 in Broken Bow.
You'll never know how much I really love you.
Broken Bow offers personalized treatments and flexible appointments that work around your busy schedule. Call Pearson Physical Therapy at 872-5800 or visit us on the web at pearsonpt.com. The treatment you need, the care you deserve.
Did you know more than 80 million Americans depend on AM radio for their news, traffic, weather, sports, and a community connection each month? AM radio is the backbone of the emergency alert system, keeping Americans safe in dangerous times. KCNI Pure Country is here to serve you, and we take seriously our commitment to our listeners. We want AM radio to be available for years to come. Text AM to 52886 and tell Congress we need AM radios in our cars. Text AM to 52886.
as a prize?
Well, so far, I've been offered a buffet after the mowing is completed, a tea to start, and a six-pack at the end. And what was the other one? It was really good. Well, anyway, I'm getting some nice offers.
You're just unbelievable. You just amaze me.
It's just business. It's just business.
Yeah.
We'll take a time out, and we're going to talk about the Scenic Byway with some folks who are here, courtesy of Custer Federal, right after these words.
Aero Aviation, let us take control.
Remember the time you used to spend fighting weeds and bugs? Now you can spend that time elsewhere because aerial application is your best advantage against these problems. Let Aero Aviation take control.
When you need a helping hand to get the most from your land, Aero Aviation, let us take control.
For over 50 years, Aero Aviation has served the area. Contact Casey for your aerial application today.
Summer is in full swing, and your friends at Gary's Superfoods are excited to pass savings along to you. Right now, 85% lean ground beef is $3.99 a pound in a family pack, and USDA choice chuck steaks are $4.99 a pound. Delicious fresh pints of blueberries or strawberries are 2 for $5. Start your mornings with General Mills cereals at 2 for $8. And don't forget our family orange juices, just $2.99. Gary's Superfoods open 7 days a week on South B Street in Broken Bow.
Is it time for your whole family to update their sandals or flip-flops? Look no further than Bow Bootery in Broken Bow. Right now, enjoy 20% off all sandals and flip-flops. Summer is officially here this week, so there's no better time than now to find fun, comfortable, and stylish shoes that range from casual to dressy. 20% off sandals and flip-flops this week at your home-owned shoe store, Bow Bootery on the Square.
Thanks for starting your day with us.
It's gonna be a good day.
Every morning. KCNI, KBBN Radio.
7:35, as promised, we have some very nice folks in to talk about the Scenic Byway. And by the way, we'll start by thanking Custer Federal State Bank for making this time available. They're paying for this time here this morning, so let's make it really long.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Sure.
Good boy. Just kidding. All right, Brent, I'm going to total up my gifts so far. You go ahead and start. Thanks, Sheriff.
Okay. Well, we have Linda T. on with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
Haven't seen you in a while. How you
Well,
been?
I've been a little busy.
Yeah, I bet you have.
I'm great. We
Yeah.
got rain last night in Dunning, and it was raining, misting on me all the way down, and that's good. I know the people in the hayfield can't work today, but that's
Yeah.
okay. We'll take the rain.
That's right.
We need the
Yes.
rain. Yes. But I want to say Mike Evans stole our show today.
Oh, no.
Yes. Mike Evans, wherever you are.
Well, that's my fault. Don't be hard
Don't
on
be
Mike.
asking him stuff about what we're going to talk about.
I should have thought of that. Sometimes I don't think.
It's okay.
Yeah, I apologize.
It's okay.
But there's plenty to talk about because I think maybe what Mike touched on to start with would be a good place to start here. What he touched on at the end of his conversation is what I'm trying to say, was how you formed a team out of people that probably knew each other somewhat. But I think what he indicated was that you had a fine-oiled machine by the time you got going on this, and by the time you finished, you were all buddies if you weren't buddies before.
Yeah, it was fun meeting new people that I hadn't met before. Kids of adults that I knew years ago that are now 30, 35 years old probably.
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't even know they were around.
It was most impressive with all the
quite
youth.
a gathering.
With the youth, Rick.
Yeah, and we needed that because
oh man, yeah,
us older folks have a tough time with 83-pound sod bricks.
Right. But it was so interesting to see how it developed from the first brick cut to continuing on. It just got easier and easier.
There was a
because
system,
they,
yeah.
Yes, they figured it out, and it was so interesting to watch, and I'm so pleased to have had the opportunity to have been there for it.
It was a good 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
I saw some of the pictures. There's lots of people taking photographs. I think NTV was there, and a lot of great press on it. But I think long term, this might really be a wonderful addition to the Red Barn area there, because there's
absolutely.
already
it's already a draw. I mean,
yeah.
We have people stop in every day, and business, I shouldn't say business, but our visitor count has really been good. Since the 1st of May, I know we're at 1,000 visitors. And since we started that project a week and a half ago, a lot of people have stopped because they saw something was going on, and it's visible from the highway. So it's the exposure that we want, and we want to draw more people, and more people that come are going to stay in town and spend a little money, and it's good for all of us.
And then they'll come west and spend some more.
There you go.
There you go. Want to get up the highway.
Yes.
Can you imagine now? I don't know if you both had a chance to see the 2-story soddy out at the Homont farm before that was no longer around.
That was demolished back in the 60s before I came to town.
Yeah. I have.
But we have a little display at the barn.
Oh, do you?
A nice photograph that everybody's seen with some descriptive language, and even a piece of sod from the house.
Oh, really?
That Denise Russell got from her sister who lives in Iowa. So there's a little cube of that sod in a plastic display case on one of the counters.
The reason I bring it up.
Amazing structure.
It was fantastic. I was lucky enough to walk through it.
Oh, you were?
Yeah. And hearing you talk about how much work it was to build the structure that you're building, and I suppose it was probably kind of standard size when they first put up a soddy out on the prairie years ago, because they had work to do. They had other things to do besides build the soddy. They probably had a crop to get in. But can you imagine how much work it took to build a 2-story?
Without equipment.
Oh.
Yeah.
If we didn't have Dave Downey and his ingenuity and his machine that he designed as a fixture for the skid steer, we'd have been in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, that's amazing. I think it's such a fun project, and Mike mentioned it. I don't know, is it possible that you might have it where people could stay overnight inside that?
We think our insurance agent would probably balk at that idea.
Wait till
but there has been talk.
The garter snakes come in.
Yeah, that's what we was talking about.
They'll
Maybe
come out of there.
Like a bull snake comes out of the wall. That might take care of that.
Well, the exciting thing is this is part of the passport program here in Nebraska, tourism. So, Rick, the passport is just booming business. Right
As
now.
I said, our visitor count is around 1,000. I'll verify that today. But right at 40% of those visitors are here because of the passport program.
Sure.
Because we're a stop. So it's really done its job, and that's what we were after.
Rick, back to the sod house. Can you just talk a little bit about the research? And I think you've talked about it in the past, but talk about the research that went into trying to get this project started, because there was a lot of research that took place to just kind of know how to get started on this, right?
Mike and I both read Sod Walls by Roger Welsh, which is pretty descriptive, a lot of drawings, just hand drawings. And it describes the process really well. And then both of us probably have been on the internet looking for other sources. And there's a lot of information out there that was surprising. So, yeah, there was a lot of research.
Yeah.
I still don't know that we're expert at building a sod house, but
You have a pretty good idea now.
and then we have Mike Adams helping us, him and his dad and his family. And he's just really good. He kept everybody doing what they're supposed to be doing and watching over things and contributing his labor as well. So he did a really good job.
And there was a young lady named Shaylee out there.
Oh, yeah.
Man, can she work. She said she's, a sophomore in high school?
Yep.
And she was right in there from the very beginning, the day I was there anyway, when they first started turning the sod. And she was lifting right along with those young guys. And she didn't
She
back
was
off
over
at
on the
all.
sod producing line, and everybody said she worked as hard as any of the...
Oh, she did. And she didn't take any breaks. She just kept going.
Oh,
I was so impressed with her.
Russell and Daisy Staub's daughter.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Linda, does this project, and I know there's also another soddy on the main street of Anselmo that people can stop and see in a wonderful park.
Mike and I have been up there and looked inside that.
And, of course, the Veterans Memorial there, and
really nice.
Yeah, very nice. Does this instigate or encourage more projects like that up and down the highway too? It doesn't have to be necessarily a sod house, but whatever clicks people's interest is really important, isn't it?
Well, okay, like Hyannis has windmill days, and they have a golf course there. And I read something on the internet the other day. They had 30 teams at their golf course. They were having, maybe it was windmill days, I'm not sure. But anyway, they had a bunch of people show up to play golf in Hyannis. So every little town has a little thing that they do. Dunning, we have the July 4th Youth Rodeo. And granted, it's out at the fairgrounds, but that's just something that Dunning does. And of course, every town, or every county, has a county fair. And we're not far out from the county fairs. Start thinking.
Already, yeah.
Yes. Well, we're almost 1st of July, but Halsey will have a 4th of July celebration, but I believe it's going to be on July 1st rather than the 4th, because the 4th this year falls in the middle of the week.
Mm-hmm.
So that really messes things up for
changes things.
people. But you know what makes me happy? What makes me happy is seeing all of these campers, fifth wheels,
I've noticed that,
going up
and really,
and
really
down.
nice rigs.
Yes. Oh my gosh, they're just huge, and boats behind them, or Jeeps, or ATVs, and they're headed somewhere, and they're using our byway, and that makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't take much to make me happy, but but that does, because
it's important.
They're coming through our area. They're eating, they're camping, or they're. The other night I had some guys from Indianapolis on motorcycles, big Harleys came. They needed lodging. I was open and they stopped, and then they were at the museum yesterday morning at 8 o'clock and loved it there in Dunning, seeing what we had to display. And they were firefighters, and they were headed to Deadwood.
I'll be darned.
And their next stop was they were going to eat out at the Spur, their breakfast, and then they were going to Carhenge. They wanted to see Carhenge. And I was at Carhenge last week. I did not see any movie stars. Sorry,
didn't?
guys. No,
Oh, darn it.
No, I jumped out of the pickup, took a few pictures, jumped in and went on my way. So, but there was visitors there, believe me.
That's a place that is got to see along the way, isn't it? I mean, we had some
if
friends.
you're on that road, you'll see it.
Yeah, but I think a lot of times that's one of the big draws, and that's all the way up the line, from here.
At the very end of our byway.
Yeah.
I was living in northwest Nebraska when the person who created that came in to do it, and everybody laughed. That was the funniest thing, those old junk cars. But it's so tidy around there. They have done a nice job of the display of it, and then they've started adding more pieces up on the hill. But the actual Carhenge is on a flat there, and it's graveled, and there's a visitor's booth there, and it's just there's just people in and out all the time, and that's good for Alliance.
Yeah. Good for all up and down the highway. Well, what you have some notes there, Linda?
Yes, I wanted to tell you a little bit. I have some numbers on the passport program. We had a meeting. It was June 1st, and Nebraska Tourism called in, and the passport program, as of May 18th, had 12,277 digital stamps, 6,824 apps. And they mailed out or distributed 47,000 passport books requests.
Gee,
and so I sent an email yesterday asking for an update. I did not receive one. So the passport is doing really well. And I know
it's really popular.
It is.
And the number of people that come through that have done it more than once and hit every stop for a season is amazing. People that have done it 3 years in a row, 7 years in a row, 8 years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And they just all say it's just a great time.
And I think they make new friends.
Oh, absolutely.
They may run into somebody they met last year on the passport. I know there's a couple from Shadron that are on it right now, and their goal is to hit every stop. But they're retired.
Mm-hmm.
They have the time, and it's something to do in Nebraska. And
there's a lady here in town that I think this is her 8th year of hitting all the stops. And I talked to her the other day, and she has 14 to go, I believe she said.
And this is
and we're
21st
in June.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
she's got plenty of time to finish.
Good.
It's amazing. Joan is doing some volunteer work out there. She's really enjoying it, Rick. And
she's really good at it, too.
Is she? Good.
Oh, yeah.
Good. Well, she can be nice. But,
Listen to him.
I was out there a couple different times and stopped and just to visit Joan and see how it was going. And the one time I was there, a couple from Fremont stopped by, and they had lived, I think it was on the West Coast, but they were originally from Nebraska and back living in Nebraska. And just the conversation that you can have with people who say, we came back to Nebraska because we wanted to live a little simpler life, and we like to go out and see other parts of Nebraska now that we're here. And I thought that was an interesting story. And just to hop in the car and take in these, either the passport stops or just go on your own. Nebraska has a lot to offer, doesn't it?
A tremendous amount of attractions in this state, and the different terrain and features from one corner to the other is just amazing. People just don't realize how beautiful this state is. Talked to a lady in South Dakota yesterday that said the same thing about South Dakota, and I really like South Dakota, Black Hills and other areas up there. But she's talked about the difference between Sioux Falls and her end of the state, north of the Black Hills.
There's a big difference there, isn't there?
She said and I agree with her, it's a beautiful state in South Dakota as well.
Yeah. Linda, the Sandhills are hard to explain. And
God's country.
It's really God's country. That's the best. That's the best term for it. As far as the terrain and the beauty of the Sandhills, it's hard to even take a picture of the Sandhills and really give a true depiction of what it feels and smells and looks like. But if you can get them up the highway up in your direction, they'll get to enjoy that.
Yes,
especially this time of year when it's so nice and green.
Yes, we're so lucky to have had the rain that we had this spring because it was looking pretty tough there for a while. But the cattle grazing, that's my favorite, seeing in a windmill in the background and bald eagles flying. I've been photographing bald eagles this spring, and I photographed an eaglet in a nest recently.
Oh, man.
He was big. He was a really big eagle, and I'll go back up here in a week or two and photograph him again. But the parents don't like it when you are near the nest.
I suppose not.
They screech and they circle you. So briefly, I want to tell you I'm very close to the nest, and the adult, there was only one that day, and it was flying pretty high, circling. And I wouldn't recommend this to a lot of people, and I think I'm going to get a helmet because I guess the real raptor photographers do wear helmets because it's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so I've got my long lens on, and I'm looking up, shooting, and all of a sudden it just goes black, just over me, and through the viewfinder, and I glance down, and here is the shadow of the adult eagle right beside me. It had just flown right over, and his wings were, her wingspan is huge, and right there was the shadow.
Wow.
So I don't know, it was probably 30 foot above me, but they're such big birds, you know.
Beautiful.
It did. Yeah. It just took I'm like, wow, time to get back in the pickup. But that
amazing.
eaglet would not say or look at me. It wouldn't chirp, but it must have been warm in the nest because he had his mouth open. You saw my pictures.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah,
of course,
he was big.
Yeah, that's a great story. People love to canoe up in the Sandhills on the various options there.
And kayak.
And kayak is big, yeah.
It is huge.
Yeah.
You see a lot of kayaks on vehicles.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Lots of them.
Well, it's hard to believe. We talked about it earlier this morning, but this is the first day of summer officially on the calendar. Gosh, at the end of July, as you mentioned, Linda, we'll start seeing county fairs, the festivals. We have 3 festivals in this area this weekend alone, and it's festival season, so we're right in the middle of it, really. It's kind of amazing. And the folks who are traveling up and down the highway, if they know of a festival along the way, they might just stop and spend the day. So,
Another thing they can do is look at our Sandhills Journey National Scenic Byway app, and there's events listed on that and places to go and see, and it's all covers from Mount Lyons to Grand Island and back again. So
And it's free.
yes, and it's 272 miles, so there's something to do.
Yeah. I know, again, when Joan was working the other day, there was a couple came in with one of those beautiful campers you were talking about, and they were looking for a place to lay over for the night, and they wanted a place off the highway a stretch, not something on the highway, and there's some great options along the highway. So I think Victoria Springs was brought up, and they were going to go up and stay at Victoria Springs that night. That would be a great experience for somebody who hadn't been to Victoria Springs before, because that's a beautiful little park to spend time on. So you really kind of spread it out from the highway. Once they start coming up and down the highway, a lot of different areas benefit from it.
The Halsey Forest,
Yeah.
there's just campers there all the time.
I bet.
and
Even still,
ATVs.
yeah.
But they have to call in and get a reservation, I understand, because it is so full.
Wow.
Then Cousin Eddie's on the highway.
Yeah.
There's a new facility that's
It's
really
busy.
been done well.
Yeah, with the windmills and everything.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
It
Come down
is.
the highway and see those windmills out there. Very creative. What's his name, Dave?
Dave Downey.
Yes,
Yeah.
I met him.
Dave and Annette.
Yes.
Oh,
at
yes.
when we were cutting
He's a
song.
worker.
Oh,
I
he
can
knows how
see
to
that.
work.
Yes.
It's hard not to get to know Dave.
He has
True.
a lot of energy.
Yes, he does.
My
All
kind
right.
of guy. So
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anything else that you wanted to highlight?
Well, we just want to thank Custer Federal for sponsoring us every month, because it gives us an opportunity to visit with your listeners, and we're just happy to be here. Aren't we, Rick?
We are, and I'd like to thank all of those volunteers that helped with the
Yes.
Sod House project. I've got a list started with about 40 people on it, and I want to make sure we don't forget anybody, so I'm kind of taking my time.
And those that furnish the equipment,
And yeah,
they
Dave Downey, Bob Blakely operated one of the skid steers. That was a big help. Mike Adams with his scaffolding, Mike Evans and Evans Feed with their equipment.
and we're
Who am I
missing
forgetting?
another skid steer owner.
Markham Construction and
Yes.
Adam Forster
Yes.
provided a skid steer for us to use.
Oh, that's great.
So that was a big help.
Well, as you said, team effort, and
It
you
was.
got the roof to go.
Yep.
Whenever
That'll be the technical challenge that we're looking for.
Do you have to put a pole in the middle of
No.
a sod house? No, it'll.
The ridge beam that we have from the Cooksley family is stout enough to span that.
To hold it.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
only spanning 16 feet, so.
Well, Rick, I
Should
think
work.
if anybody should be able to be the first one to stay in the sod house, it should probably be you. And I guess you and Mike could camp over one night. Linda, I
We'll
guess
see.
if you don't mind snakes, I guess.
I'm not scared of snakes. No, it's the eagles that I'm a little concerned about. No, snakes don't bother me one bit.
Well, there probably won't be any in there anyway.
Well,
but-
there might be a few mice come in eventually.
It's
Yeah.
going to be fairly tight.
Yeah,
Afraid
yeah.
of them either. Well, get a cat.
You've got them.
You need some cats?
We've got them.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you both.
Well, you betcha. We'll take a time out.
Preserving our heritage, planning our future. Custer County Foundation.
Give for Custer County is a fundraising campaign to support the work of Custer County nonprofits that have registered to participate. Donations can be made June 15th through June 30th to be counted towards Give for Custer County. This is important because there's a $50,000 matching pool and incentive prizes for the 29 participating nonprofits. Can't donate in person? Online donations will be accepted through June 30th. To learn more, go to custercountyfoundation.org/give for Custer County. That's custercountyfoundation.org/give 4 Custer County. Going on through June 30th. Give for Custer County.
Preserving our heritage, planning our future. Custer County Foundation.
Lashley Land Recreational Brokers is proud to offer Custer County Canyons and Wildlife, a 721-acre ranch located approximately 8 miles southeast of Arnold, Nebraska. These picturesque canyons are full of a wide variety of wildlife, to the extent this would be an outfitter's dream. The property is available as a whole or in 2 tracts. Call me, John Farley, or check it out at lashleyland.com.
There's a lot of uncertainty in ag and business today. One thing you can always count on, though, is Nebraska State Bank, looking for ways to help local ag producers and businesses be successful. Right now, NSB is running an ag and commercial equipment loan special that features a 6.49% fixed interest rate for qualified customers. You heard that right, a 6.49% fixed interest rate. Call one of their local experienced ag loan officers at 872-2466 to find out more about this limited time loan special. Nebraska State Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. New hope of finding the 5 people aboard a submersible lost in the North Atlantic after a Canadian military aircraft detected underwater noises. Professor Brendan Englot at the Stevens Institute of Technology.
Just presents us with a lot of uncertainty, many different possible failure modes without much evidence as to what specifically went wrong.
There are 100-plus degree temperatures in the forecast for parts of the South again. Winona, Texas Mayor Rachel Moreno.
This has hit us pretty hard for us to be such a small town. I mean, it's made me cry quite a bit.
A federal judge has struck down Arkansas's ban on gender-affirming care for minors. CBS's Jim Krasula.
The judge ruled the nation's first ban on such care for children violates the U.S. Constitution. The law prohibited doctors from providing gender-affirming hormone treatment, puberty blockers, or surgery to anyone under 18.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Kevin Wire.
NFL news this morning as Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill under investigation on allegations of assault and battery at a Miami Beach marina where he reportedly slapped someone. The person has declined to press charges. Major League Baseball, as the Reds are on a roll, they won 10 in a row as they beat the Rockies 8-6. Colorado on the opposite side, they have lost 7 in a row. The Giants have made it 9 straight. They walk off against the Padres 4-3. Walk off in a literal sense. It was a bases-loaded walk in the 9th inning to clinch the win for San Francisco. The Braves won their 7th in a row with a 4-2 win over the Phillies. Philadelphia's 6-game winning streak comes to an end. In a battle of the top 2 teams in the American League, the Orioles beat the Rays 8-6 as Baltimore is now 4 games back at Tampa Bay in the AL East race, and the Dodgers shut out the Angels 2-0 behind 7 strong innings from Clayton Kershaw.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, we'll have some lingering showers and storms, mainly through midday, with high temperatures working up into the upper 70s. Then for tonight, mostly cloudy, a chance for some late-night showers and storms, dropping back to 62. Scattered showers and storms on Thursday, otherwise partial sunshine with highs approaching 80, and still that chance for a storm Friday up to 82 degrees. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Caro.
It started out innocently enough, Dave Burney doing a favor and mowing the lawn for his sports director and neighbor. A bill soon came in the mail, with line items Brent sees as suspect at best.
Was charged $195.30 for the mowing alone, a hazard fee because he was exposed to UV rays. That was $75 apparently.
I simply don't see why you're so upset, Brent. 267 greenbacks and change is a steal of a deal for a lawn mowing.
Dave partnered with KCNI KBBN to give one lucky listener a complete lawn mowing courtesy of the master himself.
Don't tell him I don't do diagonal cuts. I won't do it.
Okay, so no diagonal cuts, but a full lawn mowing and a brand new steel string trimmer and accessories from RTA's Hardware. Listen to The Breakfast Show to register to win.
This fun promotion is sponsored by The Grocery Cart, Mills Hardware, and A1 Auto Repair.
It's 9:02. It's 64 degrees outside under a cloudy sky. Winds are now just straight out of the east at 5, 6, 7 miles per hour. Barometric pressure's at 29.97, so that's falling now. Humidity at 92%. That's a look at the weather. 2,600 precipitation measured at 7 o'clock this morning. And it looks like our next guest will be talking about tractors. I'm just guessing.
Probably right.
and a tractor drive in the country coming up soon. You know how to drive a tractor?
Been a long time.
Yeah, same
honestly.
here.
Yeah, it
Same
has
here.
been a long time since I've been behind the wheel of one.
I'd have to practice up.
Yeah.
Go on a trip like that. Let's find out more in just a little bit here on The Breakfast Show.
Hey now, you better listen to me, every one of you.
Returns back to you and your operations through Your Soy Checkoff. You can see all the ways Your Soy Checkoff is moving soy forward for you at unitedsoybean.org. That's unitedsoybean.org. It's all about you doing things together as Your Soy Checkoff.
9:06, and it's 64 degrees under a cloudy sky, dark cloudy sky out there this morning. We're going to brighten up the studio with our next guest.
Oh, good. Nice segue, Dave.
Thank you. Custer Care Center. Tiffany, how you doing?
I am great. How are you guys?
Real good, real good. Have fun at the Big Sky?
I did, yes. There was a lot of fun activities and really good food.
Everybody's talking about the food.
Yes.
I think that's good, though. That means 2 good barbecues, and probably have all that again in some form or another next year.
I hope so, yes.
Yeah, we all do. We all do. So when is the tractor drive coming up?
That is this Friday. Registrations from 7 to 8. Registrations and breakfast from 7 to 8. Tractors will leave the fairgrounds at 8 a.m. And then I think it's approximately 55 miles that we're traveling. It's always really good food throughout the day, beautiful scenery, and it's always so much fun to sit and visit with everybody that's there.
Yeah. Now, if I remember right, this will be repeat of the first time?
Yes, this is the 10th annual one, so we're doing the same route that they did the first year. So it's like the Berwyn area.
Okay. And they start at?
We're starting at the Custer County Fairgrounds.
That's right. Okay. And off you go after a little breakfast? And
yes.
Then you stop for a snack around 10?
Around 10, we'll have morning break. And then at noon, we'll have lunch. And then I think it's around 2 that we have our afternoon break. And then we should be back to the fairgrounds between 4 and 4:30.
All right. How do they pre-register?
They can call me at Custer Care 872-6303, or they can call Dennis Kramer at 870-6020.
Your mind is very good. You pop those numbers right off. That's good. That's a good sign.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is a fee for this, right? Because you use it as a fundraiser.
Yes,
correct?
It is a fundraiser. We are doing through the Custer County Foundation for the Give for Custer County.
Mm-hmm.
So just it's $50 per rider, and so you just make your check out to the Custer County Foundation, and then in the memo put Custer Care.
Okay. All right. And again, what are the rules on the tractors? You like to have antiques, but I think you're pretty liberal with that, right?
Yeah, we prefer over 20 years.
Which a lot of tractors have been still thought about being new at 20 years. So.
I know.
I was going to say that make you could enter one that's an 02.
Yes.
03, still 20 years.
Does that mean I'm an antique?
Not yet.
Okay. Good.
Although Christy could be in that category.
I am not saying anything on that.
I'm going to my island, dude. I ain't getting in the middle of that. Yikes!
She had a birthday yesterday.
Oh.
And I asked her this morning how old she was, and she proudly told me how old she was.
Okay.
It's a pretty big number.
I think she's the second oldest person that works out here.
Really?
Behind you, right?
I don't know. How old are you?
Christy's older than me.
She is?
Yep.
There wouldn't be anybody else older than Christy then.
Yeah.
Wow, she is getting old.
Okay, back to our guest.
We're going to have a party today. I might not be invited.
You may not be, no. That's okay. You can go mow yards.
That's right. I've got other jobs to do.
Yes. You go to Custer Care they probably let you come in for lunch.
Yes, you could come to lunch today.
Mow your yard first?
Well, no, we have somebody that mows our yard, so our yard's good.
Okay.
Yeah, someone who's trustworthy and you have a good relationship and
doesn't charge an arm and a leg.
Exactly, doesn't stick you with a bill of these ridiculous charges that you know nothing about.
Yes,
good job, good for
charged for. What was that?
Exposure to UV rays.
Exposure to UV.
It's dangerous. Yeah. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
And.
here
Tiffany,
she comes.
I just want you to know, I'm sure the service that cuts your lawn does a fantastic job, but when Dave's knife sharpening and lawn service mows a yard, it's more than that. It's a manicure.
Okay. I think we'll stick with who we have now.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
But you can come eat lunch any day. Yesterday was fried chicken day, so you missed that.
I missed that
I'm
one.
not for sure what is on the menu today.
Well, it's always good, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's always really good food.
Yeah, and the kitchen is like any home, kind of the heartbeat of the whole house.
Yep.
Everybody hangs around the kitchen. And then you got a nice dining area there that is very, very nice. And then you do crafts and different things in that room as well.
Yes, we do. And then we also have the patio. We've been sitting outside a lot, especially early in the morning. We sit outside and visit and get some fresh air. Yeah. They really enjoy that.
It's been a nice period of time through June to do that.
Yes, it has.
Yeah. All right, real quick, let's talk a little bit about your other services. You just recently picked up another vehicle, I think, to expand more, transportation for people who need transported to and from medical facilities.
Correct, yes. We have 10 vehicles, 6 drivers. Peggy was going to come with me this morning, and as we were walking out, she got a phone call, so she had to get a driver lined up and get the paperwork done so they could take off for another trip.
Which the paperwork part we don't think about, but that's a big part of what Peggy does.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes, and sometimes I don't know how she keeps everything straight.
Well, with that many drivers and cars in different locations, and you guys go all the way to the east end of the state or wherever need be, so it's quite
Yeah.
a service you've built there.
Yes, it is. And today the trip that she picked up was from Gibbon to Kearney, so she's sending a driver down to Gibbon to pick somebody up and take them to Kearney. So
Wow.
yeah, it's not just always local. We go anywhere and everywhere.
All right. And you cover a pretty wide area as well as far as your home care goes.
Yes, we do. That's expanding. We're still looking for home caregivers. So if you have some time and you're looking for something to do, give us a call, come in and visit with us, and we'll see if we can get you lined up with some home care service. Go out and take care of some home cares.
Yeah, there you go. Great service as well, and it really has grown.
It has, yes.
And I think I know the answer to this question. Any rooms available at
We are
Custer Care?
currently full right now, but you can call and get on the waiting list.
Okay.
And then when we have a room open, we'll call you. And if you're not ready, you can stay on the list, and we'll just call you the next time we have a room available.
Okay. Tractor cruise on Friday.
Yes.
Go out to the fairgrounds. Pre-register would be nice. I assume if they have a 20-year-old tractor, they can pull in as well.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And
Or you can just show up that morning.
Yep. Good food all the way around.
Yes, it is.
And just a nice drive in the country on the tractors. It's a pretty cool deal.
It is. It is so much fun.
Good. All right. Get involved, folks. Let them know. What's your number again?
872-6303.
And Dennis's number?
870-6020.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, I did notice you already have a service at Custer Care for your lawn care.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you mentioned before we went on the air that you was doing some yard work this past weekend as you were celebrating Big Sky.
Mm-hmm.
If you would just think about it this way, if you had Dave's knife sharpening and lawn service.
Cha-ching. Hang on, let me write that down.
Stop by your place.
15-second live read.
Manicure your lawn with both sharpest blades on any mower in the world and a trim with the steel weed eater that I purchased at Ace Hardware. You wouldn't have had to do that.
I know, but I'm afraid how much the mileage charge would be for you to come down somewhere and do that.
Well, there would be a mileage charge.
Yeah, so I think I'll go ahead and stick with me doing that. But I appreciate it.
What's the zip code at Anselmo?
68813.
Let me calculate that.
Oh, goodness.
I think it would be like $5.25 a mile up there.
$5.25?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
We don't even get that in our transportation.
Yeah. See? Yep. Boy, that really struck a nerve there, Tiffany, didn't it?
Maybe we'll get you on Custer Care and you can charge that for us.
Maybe so.
Maybe I can I can put a little trailer on my mower and do in-town transportation.
There you go. Yes. You go to pick them up for a trip and you mow their yard right quick.
Yeah. Now we're talking.
Oh, goodness. Here we go.
Keep thinking out of the box. We'll do well. It's only business.
That's right.
Here's Chubby Checker. Chubby Checker doing the twist on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. We have Julia on the line from the Pizza Hut. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
We're doing really good. This rainy weather kind of took me a surprise when I woke up this morning.
It kind of felt good. I don't know, Julia, how it worked for you, but waking up and hearing that rumbling thunder and just kind of reminds you of a good old-fashioned shower without all the hard stuff, all the nasty stuff. It was kind of fun to hear it and get a little rain out of it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it for sure, especially after how hot it's been this past week.
Yeah, last couple of days been a little humid and hot. Nice thing about it at the Pizza Hut now, you can go into the dining area and eat pizza and pasta in the cool confines of the restaurant, which is pretty nice. And I think that's finally, after all the COVID things and everything, to get that all straightened out, it's been great.
Yeah, absolutely. We love having our dining room open full time for everybody to come sit down and enjoy with us, have some good conversations, and get to know the customers a little bit more.
There you go. You have some things on your mind this morning that you want to highlight as far as good things to eat that people need to know about?
I do. So on Mondays from 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m., we've got our parking lot pizzas, which are medium hand-tossed beef or pepperoni pizzas for just $9, no tax. And they can go pretty quick. So if you got the opportunity to stop in and see us in the parking lot, it's always good to grab a piece of pizza.
All right, that sounds delicious. The parking lot pizza has been so popular over the years. How do you prepare for that? How do you know how many to make?
So it takes a lot of kind of analyzing it the first couple weeks that we get started.
Mm-hmm.
I think we started off making about 50 this year, which is quite tremendously less than what we were used to over the past couple years. And I think we've got it down to a science now, and we're making about 40 to 45 pizzas, but we'd like to get those numbers up if we could.
All right. Well, it's a great deal, and it's quick, and I think people really enjoy it. So, yeah, let's take advantage of that. Can you talk about your pastas a little bit? I know you think pizza, you think all about pizza, but Ladarius oftentimes talks about the different options for pasta. What's your favorite?
So my favorite would have to be the Italian meats pasta. It comes with our nice red sweet sauce, Italian sausage, and pepperoni on it with some pizza cheese and then some Parmesan over the top. It's nice baked through the oven, and it comes out tasting delicious.
You and I could be good friends because I feel the same way about that particular dish. It's so delicious the way it's prepared and it really hits the spot. Brent is a food connoisseur, Julie. I don't know if you've met Brent before. I bet you have because he's probably been in the Pizza Hut before, or at least through the drive-through. Do you have any questions, Brent?
Well, I'd like to go back to the parking lot pizzas. How long are you going to do that, Julia? Do you know yet?
So usually we do it all summer long, and right up until about school starts, because then we flip around and start making pizzas for the high schools in Myrna and Broken Bow. We try not to do both Monday and Friday if we can. Sometimes it happens, but it just depends.
Yeah, sure, understand. What are some of the in-store specials that you have going on right now?
I believe we have a large 3-topping or specialty plus 8 boneless out wings for $35.99. And then I want to say, I believe 2 medium 2-topping pizzas and breadsticks for $21.99.
Okay. Good deals. You still do the dinner boxes? I think you have 2 different sizes, right? A smaller size for a couple of people, and then the big dinner box, which will feed a family, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So our small dinner box comes with a medium pan pizza with your choice of toppings and an order of breadsticks and the cinnamon sticks. So you kind of get your appetizer, your meal, and your dessert all in one box. And then with the big dinner box, you get the 2 medium pan rectangle pizzas with your options of the wings or pasta, and then the breadsticks as well. But I still suggest you sneak an order of cinnamon sticks in there.
There you go. Those are good. Absolutely. Let's see. The newest pizza is the Philly cheesesteak pizza, right? How's that going for you?
Really good. I think currently we are out of the steak for it because it's been a big seller here lately.
Okay.
But it's because it's so delicious.
All right. So it's not. So is it available? It's not available right now. Then is that what I'm understanding, or?
I'm not so sure that it's not going to be available because we were really limited on how much steak we were getting.
Sure.
So I hope a lot of you got the opportunity to try it when it was here.
All right, sounds good. The pizza melts, you still have those, right?
Yep, absolutely. We got the buffalo chicken, the chicken bacon parm, the meat lovers, and the pepperoni lovers, cooked to a crisp with lots of toppings and cheese.
All right, sounds good. Anything else you want to mention, Julia, before we let you go for today?
We still are hiring for 2 servers, a cook, and possibly a delivery driver. So if you get the opportunity to stop in and turn in an application, we'll be awesome to work with you guys and hopefully get some more staff in here.
All right, sounds good. Appreciate you taking the time to visit with us.
Yep, thank you guys.
Thanks, Julia. Take care.
Have a good day.
9:24. I was going to try to get Cadence in here. Cadence! That's our intercom. Just
that's the intercom here. We just yell.
Have a chair yet. I caught her having a little something to eat. Yeah. That's all right. We'll wait till you're done. There you go. Did you just get back from lifting weights?
No, that's only Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays.
Oh, so you get a little break that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Folks, this is Cadence. She's our newest employee, and she resides just outside of Litchfield, and has been writing a lot of commercials for us in recent days. You were on the news this morning. I heard your news report.
I had a news report this morning?
You did.
Oh, okay.
You were on the news.
All right.
You made the news, girl. Yeah,
that was great. Do you think Dave and I could go lift weights with you sometime? What do you think?
Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe. Where would you suggest we start? Which would it be like?
Can you spot us when we just try to get the bar up?
I don't know.
Don't put any weights on it.
The bar is 45 pounds. You guys might need the little bar. It's 25 pounds.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks. We'd probably still need a spotter though.
45. The bar itself's 45.
Yep.
What's the lowest amount you could put on each end with that 45?
We have 2.5, so you could put 2.5 on each side.
That's where I'd start, I think.
Yeah.
But we won't embarrass you.
No.
Come up there and.
I have a feeling we just embarrass ourselves.
Yeah.
That's what would happen.
All 3 of us would be embarrassed, probably. So, all right. Well, I brought you in for a purpose. You ready to do some live reads?
Oh, great.
Yeah, they're fun, aren't they?
Yep.
All right, I'll do this one, and I can do this one. So I've got
here. I've got one for you. That's pretty much just a straight read there for you.
All right. Before we do that, I wanted to kind of highlight what we'll be doing tomorrow during the breakfast show on Thursday. We'll be featuring Dave Davis Auction Service, Farmers National, in the first portion of the show. On our guest list, Off-Broadway, Subway, and we'll also be broadcasting live from Sargent from the Rescue Bar to highlight the Sargent Fair and Choke Cherry Jamboree. So that's tomorrow. And on Friday, we'll be having a very busy day as we'll be in Ansley talking about the Muddy Creek celebration and Callaway talking about the Pioneer Picnic. So we'll cover those the next couple of days. And that's what will be happening on the breakfast show and a whole lot more. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Cadence with the next live read on the show this morning.
All right. So Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow believes that an active life is a nurturing experience. At their facilities, residents can thrive and live an active lifestyle. Activities can bring about a feeling and sense of self-worth and well-being. Some daily stimulating and physical activities include movies, music, crafts, games, exercise, gardening, cooking, and outlines in our new outdoor area. Specialized Alzheimer's and dementia care assisted living. Quality senior villages in Broken Bow. Call 872-6387.
All right, we remind you real quick, too, that this is the 21st, so this is Wednesday up at Anselmo. We believe they're still doing some work there on the railroad tracks, and so Burlington Northern or Santa Fe Railroad, I want you to know that they'll have things closed on Smith Avenue in Anselmo today. They should be done by the end of the day today. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Brent Apperson with another Breakfast Show live read, or does he have any?
I have several. Okay. Broken Bow Chamber of Commerce wants to remind you that coming up tomorrow is Market on the Square. Of course, some new hours for Market on the Square as we go through the summer, 3 to 7. A lot of the regular vendors will be downtown on the square for you tomorrow, so take advantage of that. Market on the Square, downtown Broken Bow, 3 to 7 tomorrow. Some other things coming up through the Chamber that they want to remind you about. Mark your calendar for July 6th. That's the day for Crazy Days in Broken Bow. And coming up on July the 8th, they will be hosting their Donut Dash 2023. Cost is $25. 8 a.m. is check-in. 9 a.m. on July 8th will be the start of the race. The route begins at the Melham Park. To sign up or to find out more, just contact the Broken Bow Chamber of Commerce. That's their Donut Dash scheduled for July 8th.
And with more information here on this Wednesday morning, from Litchfield, Nebraska, here's Cadence.
Callaway's Pioneer Picnic and the Seven Valleys Rodeo is happening this weekend. The Seven Valleys Rodeo kicks off this Friday at 7:30 p.m. at the rodeo grounds on Highway 40. If you've never made it to this event, make sure you come this year. You will not be disappointed. Saturday includes a full day of Pioneer Picnic events, and then on Sunday at 10 a.m., the Seven Valleys Rodeo picks up again with slack before it ends this fun weekend at 7:30 with the rest of the rodeo activity. Make sure to visit Callaway this weekend, join in the festivities, and come and watch the Seven Valleys Rodeo activity.
All right, we do want to remind you about a very important website that is available to one and all here in the area. This was created by a handful of community members who were concerned about some of the things that we'd seen happening in the area in the relation to mental health. And so they built a website, both in English and Spanish, and the website address is mhpcc.org. And this is all about having information available to you, even some tips on mental health and maybe some of the things to look for, some of the solutions. And then they also have a list of professionals that can help with a person who is suffering with mental health distress and that need the assistance. Friends and loved ones can make a big difference, and we need to watch out for one another. And if we see somebody struggling, let them know about this website, mhpcc.org.
The Nebraska Lottery wants to remind you about their new scratch game that they have brought out recently, Living Lucky with Luke Combs. Did you know that when you buy a Nebraska Lottery ticket, you're helping to build a better Nebraska? Proceeds from the sale of lottery tickets support good causes all across the state. Since 1993, the Nebraska Lottery has generated over $920 million for projects in all of Nebraska's 93 counties. Projects that use lottery proceeds include critical habitat protection for wildlife, grants for Nebraska college students, and upgrades at the Nebraska State Fair. To find out more, go to nylottery.com. The Nebraska Lottery, helping to build a better Nebraska.
And with more, here's Cadence.
Farmers, review and have the staff at Universal Insurance help look at your coverage. They can help you make sure that you are properly insured on all your equipment and can help to make sure that your building values are the appropriate levels before you get busy with planting season. Call Universal Insurance in Broken Bow at 872-6438 or stop into their office right off of Highway 2.
Cadence, I have a question for you. It's kind of personal, so just to give you a heads up on this. Do you ever notice your folks sometimes they don't hear one another? Maybe one says something and the other one says, "I didn't catch that," or "Are you listening to me?" sort of thing. Have you experienced that?
Yeah.
All right. That could be could be for a lot of different reasons, And most of us who have been married for a while understand that sometimes we don't pay attention to one another like we should.
Yeah.
And it can go both ways. But there also can be a hearing situation where people actually have hearing issues. Just was with somebody last weekend who had suffered a light case of COVID only a month or two ago, and it affected their hearing. And the side effect was that they have now had to, already had hearing aids, but now they have to have them adjusted. And so there's a lot of situations where you see on TV and on the internet where you can buy a hearing aid for, I don't know, $199.99, and they come in the mail or freight, and you stick them in, and they might or might work, and they might not. But when you have change in hearing, you need an expert to help you get started correctly with a real solid hearing test. And we have Roxanne right here in our community with Nebraska Land Hearing to do that. And she is dependable right here in Broken Bow, proud to be a part of this community. She even gives discounts for folks who shop local and use her services with her free hearing evaluation and free office calls. And she also gives local discounts using chamber bucks. And she does custom fitting for hearing aids that are rechargeable and the highest of quality. And service after the sale is what it's all about. You buy the hearing aids, maybe you have a little adjustment you need. She's right there for you at no additional charge. Call her at 308-384-3852 to make an appointment. And she is located in the Chamber of Commerce building on the east side of the square in downtown Broken Bow.
We encourage you to be checking out sandhillsexpress.com. Go to the employment page and check out some of the job opportunities that are being posted there right now. Among them, Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership looking for an individual to work as an infant toddler cook in Broken Bow. Good starting wage, a great benefits package. Looking for someone to purchase food and prepare meals complying with USDA requirements. You would also be responsible for cleaning the classroom and doing dishes, laundry, etc. If you'd like to find out more, contact CNCAP at 308-745-0780. The extension is 0. Or you can apply online by going to their website, which is centralnebraskacap.com.
And I believe sometimes when people don't hear one another, I'm going to retract that. I was going to say it was because they're comfortable with one another.
Okay.
But I'm not comfortable with Brent Cadence.
Denson yelled at me last night at the ball game, telling me I needed to get my hearing checked. He was trying to tell me something. I couldn't hear him.
Well, maybe you should
The music
go get it
was
checked.
loud. The music was loud at the ballpark last night, and he did. He told me, he says, you need to go get your hearing checked. I was frustrating him. I just couldn't quite hear him. So
Did he call
maybe
you?
I do need to.
You might, you old geezer.
Yeah, right. I'm getting to that age. Yes.
Cadence, do you have a garden at your place?
Yeah, my brother is big into plants, so he started a garden. There's this little strawberry patch that he has right next to his bedroom window, and then like across the road with all of our old barns, he's got a nice garden. And actually, last night we went and we picked up some lettuce, and so we had chicken sandwiches with some of my brother's lettuce on it.
Ah, nice.
That's a great story. Now, do you have to help weed it and that sort of thing, or does he take care of it?
He takes care of it.
Well, you're
I
lucky.
do not like gardening at all, so I just eat the stuff.
That's good. That's good. Well, for those out there who like gardening, there's still time to stop into the garden center in Broken Bow. They're open yet 7 days a week, and their hours are 10 to 5:30 Monday to Friday, 10 to 4 on Saturday, and noon to 4 on Sunday. Now, those hours will be cut back a little bit as we go further into the summer, so take advantage of those hours. Stop in and pick up, they still have flowers and shrubs and trees, and they have all the products to support your garden. You might have some bugs and so forth that are bothering you a little bit later on in the summer. Maybe a little fertilizer to apply to some of the areas that are planted, but they do have still plants that are available to be planted in the garden, and they'll have them there as long as supply lasts. So stop in and check it out. They also have some really wonderful furniture, patio furniture, that is made out of recycled plastic that are guaranteed to last forever, and they're heavy. They won't blow away off your patio. You can leave them out all year. So stop by and check out that wonderful furniture that they have at the Garden Center in Broken Bow as well. Open 7 days a week till further notice.
You a coffee drinker, Cadence?
No.
You like cold coffee? Or are you
No.
into the frappes? No?
I do not like the taste of coffee at all.
No? Yeah. How about smoothies?
Nope.
No?
No.
Oh, my goodness, Cadence. Oh, my gracious.
Cadence, what do you drink?
Water.
Good girl.
That's
good girl.
good for you.
Well, if you do like those types of drinks, the coffees, the frappes, the ice-cold smoothies, Brewbaker's Coffee House and Gifts in Arnold, Nebraska is the place for you. They're in Arnold. They're open Tuesday through Friday, 8 to 5, open on Saturday from 9 to 3. And while you're in, they encourage you to check out the new 40-ounce tumblers that they carry. They fit into a car cup holder, hold a lot, and include a straw and handle. The perfect way to keep hydrated this summer. So check it out. They are your historic destination barista bar and gift shop. Brewbaker's Coffee House in Arnold. Make sure you follow them on Facebook to keep up on all of the latest happenings at Brewbaker's Coffee House and Gifts in Arnold, where coffee with a friend is always a good idea. Again, they're open Tuesday through Friday, 8 to 5, open on Saturday from 9 to 3.
And if you have a chance to speak with Brad Atkins around the coffee shop there in Arnold, tell him hi from the breakfast show. Well, Cadence, thanks for your help. So we understand you like to eat garden materials, but you don't like to garden.
Yep.
Your main fluid that you drink is water.
Yep.
That's a good thing. And you lift weights starting with a 45-pound bar. Now, what are you up to with weights? What's your
So my squat max, last that I checked, was 185. My bench max, I recently passed 65. It's not that great. My hang clean, I haven't done hang clean max in a while, but I think last it was 75, and that was about probably a year ago. And then my deadlift max is 175.
Now, folks, I know some of you can see on our video feed, you can see Cadence, but we can tell you on the radio that Cadence is, I don't know, I don't want to ask you your weight, that's impolite, but I can tell you that you're lifting well beyond what you weigh several times, and that's good. And this is something that, do you enjoy weights?
Yeah, sometimes. It just kind of depends, I guess, on the day.
Yeah, I feel the same way about going to work. You know, some days it's great, and some days it's harder to get out of bed. But once you get there, once you start lifting the weights, once you start your work, it's all good, right?
Yep.
Some days it's just a little harder getting there.
Yeah.
So your softball is complete.
Yes.
All right. And so that leaves you a little more extra time. Are you doing some camps this year?
No, not that many.
Mm-hmm.
I guess like our team, like my volleyball team and basketball team, we've been to like a few team camps, but no individual camps yet, I guess.
Okay, all right. So if later this year, going into next year, you're out there in whatever sport is happening at the time, and Brent Apperson is there calling that particular game, do you expect some, special attention, or maybe a little extra call for you there?
Well, I'd hope so.
I would hope so too.
You can count on it.
Thanks for helping out.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate it. We'll take a time out. We'll come back and close the show right after this.
This episode of Eye on Travel is brought to you by Viking, providing all-inclusive voyages on rivers, oceans, and lakes around the world. Designed for curious travelers with interest in science, history, culture, and cuisine. Viking Chairman Torsten Hagen often says, Viking offers experiences for the thinking person, with no children and no casinos on board. Learn more at Viking.com. That's Viking.com.
Start trading stocks on data instead of headlines. Go to stockcharts.com for a free 30-day trial. Pick the stocks and indexes you want to track, review historical data, spot the trends, then make informed decisions and invest with confidence. Start your free trial at stockcharts.com.
Ready to get your business the help it deserves? Find out if it qualifies for ERC assistance in less than 8 minutes. Up to $26,000 per employee could be waiting. Go to getrefunds.com to get started. That's getrefunds.com.
I feel pretty good. You know, I was tempted there for a minute to asked Cadence about her lawn and who takes care of their yard and so forth, trying to get a little business. But, Cadence is new here, and she's a high school student, and I thought, well, that would be, a little bit pushy to ask her what size yard she had and whether it was being cared for properly and manicured like it should be. So I'm glad I didn't go there.
I think we all are.
Okay.
No grass is